Okay. Sure everything's all good and up and running here. Putting out a tweet right here. Make sure we're all good and up and ready. Kind of cannibalizing the byline from last time around, but hopefully nobody's gonna notice. Shouldn't make much of a difference, right? Yeah, we're good. We're good. Hey there, hi there, everybody. Rob vonShoe here. Hope you guys are doing well. It is Monday. It is also part 2 of the Mangog Arena. I am going for top 300 again this time. Wound up wanting to duck out last time just because it wasn't gonna work out time-wise for me, and that is totally okay. I had an excellent time, but with it being in second round right now, I really want to go for one. So that's what the stream is here tonight. That is what the stream is tonight. Just putting up some points, just hanging out a bit, chilling a spell, little of this, little of that. Should be pretty good. Before we get too far along, though, I do want to take a minute and welcome the latest Von subs to the channel. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for finding the channel in the depths of the YouTubes. Cheers. I'm digging the videos put out so far and are interested in the videos yet to come. Today's big video was just a fun little preview for who you guys could be excited for, and who I certainly am excited for, to try and test out with Odin. Odin being able to make some champs worthy tournaments in Norsemen. So what I'm running with, at least what we're gonna call it. See what winds up sticking, but that's what I'm sticking with. Worthy Norsemen. But, you know, again, we'll see if that winds up sticking, because you can make horsemen Norsemen as well, and that may just get to be a bit of a tongue twister. That's why I wanted to stick with worthy, so you could have like a worthy horseman. That works. I don't know, we'll see. What do you guys think? Also, a big howdy first off to AC with the patented byline there, Pineapple. What up? What up, AC? Chris saying pen. Boy, we are on a roll here today. Big news from AC's working on Abyss on Saturday. Very cool. Well, I wish you the best of luck with that, bud. That is huge. You're going, starting off with Easy Path, I'm assuming? Either way, that's really cool. Toy Shadow says, should I have Frosted Flakes or Cinnamon Toast Crunch while I watch the stream? Frosted Flakes, 100%. Field tests have shown that Frosted Flakes are 10 times nummier than Cinnamon Toast Crunch, in my humble opinion. Can't go wrong either which way. I mean, it is nummy cereal, nummy cereal, and I kind of want some of both. But I'd go for Frosted Flakes personally. Finally getting around to it. Good. Well, I do wish you the best of luck with that, AC. Which tier 5 CC are you hoping to pull? Or just, you know, whatever you wind up getting is whatever you wind up getting. Team's gonna be Aegon, Torch, Heimdall, Simbi, and the staple of my channel, Daredevil Hell's Kitchen. I'm actually really interested to see how that fight winds up playing out, because that should make Invisible Woman a lot easier. Just because he's going to be bypassing all the miss and all the nonsense, shrugging off her debuffs and stuff like that. So, yeah, that'd be really cool. Nice, bud. Very nice. So I've already started the grind a little bit earlier today. Wound up getting Infinite Streak early on. I'm not sure if the first wave of 6-star refreshes are going to come back online here over the stream, but that should be up here before evening's end. Get a round of them in. Hopefully end of the day somewhere in the 10 to 12 million range. Should be pretty respectable, I think, and go from there. So goal here is, let's see, the cutoff first round was 48 mil, so I want to get 50 mil. Just give myself a little bit extra padding. I don't think the score is going to go up. I know Rich put out a video where it's like, Mangog went low. It's like, well, I mean, I guess. But I don't think there was enough hype behind him in the first place to raise his score up a whole awful lot. So like that exactly is like what I was expecting the cutoff to be. So that, at least for me, I wasn't surprised. But either which way, 50 mil, that's ballpark. EC's looking for a mutant, skill, tech, or science, or mystic. Because I got the champs in all those classes I take to rank 3, that is a very good position to be in. You know, for a split second, AC, I had forgotten how stacked your freaking 6-star roster is, bud. Yeah, you do have options, don't you? Yeah. If we get Cosmic, I'm in trouble because I got no Cosmic 6 stars. Well, don't say that too loud, or else the Kabam gods will hear you and bless you with with something of that class. I was about to jinx it. Caught myself. That would have been awkward. Rich is going to be on call for a bit on my Abyss stream. Nice. Well, that's pretty cool. Well, I wish you will. Have to see how Saturday winds up playing out, but I may be able to hang out for a little bit. Cheer you on. You get a tech going Hulkbuster, even though I got Ghost. Skill goes to Hitmonkey. Mystic goes to OG Gilly. Interesting. Science A-Bomb and Mutant Magneto. There you go. Showing OG Gilly a little bit of love. Got mad respect for that. OG Gilly, I feel, sometimes winds up getting the... not swept under the rug, but you know what I mean? Like, people forget that she's in game or forget how much fun that she is. But she's solid. She has really solid uses. Is a fun champ too. Not bad. Not bad. And in that case, then, of course, always, 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 always rank up your favorite champs. No, I had forgotten, to be honest. But yeah, in that case, then, yeah, without a doubt, rank her up. I mean, heck, if I took up Elsa, then by all means. That's always a good rule of thumb, too. Play who you like. This is, at the end of the day, your game. You, just like whoever you are out there in the YouTubes. Rank up the champs who you have fun with, because Lordy knows that you're going to be spending an awful lot of time with them. So it's no fun having to rank up champs because somebody else asked you to or because you had to. You keep getting reminded how things could have been different. Mordo isn't the bad choice, though, either. His prestige is pretty good at low sig. But then again, I've got an awful soft spot for Mordo. I think he's just so much fun to play. A really nice, fun, spammy kind of character in the best possible way. You know, all of us over here laughing, having a good time with Groot, but just wait. His buff is going to come out sometime, and I'm really hoping that he winds up getting like some big like god tier buff that he becomes like a huge cosmic god. Like not exactly on the same level as Magneto, but like where people actually are super excited to not only play him but rank him up as well. That would just be perfect karma. Best 6-star run was Open 3, and back-to-back got Void, Colossus, and Ghost. I remember that. Love Mordo, but OG Gilly is my champ. Good. Good. I love it. It sucks though too, because I really wish that there were more resources available in-game to rank up champs. Like farmable resources, none of this pop-up offer nonsense they like to throw our way, but like farmable rank up resources, because I'd love to take some of these champs out and rank them up so they're viable, you know, for, you know, either monthly quest or story mode or something else like that. Because there's so many fun champions like that that would be really fun to just play for fun, you know, but it's such a bottleneck every step of the way. It's like, well, I hope to get to you someday, but until then. I want Groot as a 5-star. I've got gems to get him to rank 4. Well, I mean, if you keep going for those dual class, I'm sure you'll get there eventually. He seems to bless a lot of people's accounts. Congrats on that Venom rank up, AC. Very cool. Debating over Venom or Cole from the next rank 5. Oh, for sure, Venom. For sure, Venom. Yeah. Not only for immediate short-term damage, but also for ease of use as well. Cole's great, but you got to get him ramped up, and that's going to take a while. Venom is just straight out of the box. Good. Plus, the huge perk over Spider-Verse champs is really nice as well, because you always wind up finding them sprinkled sparingly through, like, you know, AQ, AW, and in convenient places and monthly events. Plus, if you ever wind up getting or plan on getting an Odin, Venom, I think, at least on paper, should make for a much better worthy champion. David popping in, saying, asking a follow-up before for content, or no, probably pulled a 6-star Darkhawk. Nice. I love Darkhawk. I always gotta be so careful when I say that dude's name. I love that champ. There we go. I'll stick with that. Not Elsa, but that champ's still really good. Just and then especially too later on once you get him woken up, and really, really good, really fun. Yeah, but I mean, if the question there is if you had done the Blood and Venom variant yet, like still a rank 4 5-star Venom should be more than sufficient to take care of the Venom or the symbiote paths. Cole's really good, and his damage numbers get up there. I'm always just a little bit apprehensive about bringing him with, just because of his rank up, or ramp up speed, I should say. And if you wind up getting like a stun immune champ, it's hard to chain all those heavy armor breaks together. Though, fair warning, I do need to just get good. There is that. There is that. Can't go wrong either way. In terms of like end game rank ups, I see people go both ways between Venom and Cole. Just really, I mean, just depending on whichever one of those two that they're lucky enough to be able to pull. But yeah, I mean, definitely good options. I gotta look up later too what Hela's awakened ability is. I do forget. I think it's just that that's the last little like indestructible she gets right before a KO. I'm pretty sure that is her awakened ability, not like I don't know, added damage or something. Come on, Medusa. Stop it. Stop it. Thank you. Playing hard to get right there. Now it piqued my curiosity, and I'm going to find out what the hell it does. Because Hela would be a good worthy champion. If for no other reason than she just has the synergy. Just like a base synergy with Odin, let alone being made a worthy champ, a Norseman. We'll see. That. At the start of the fight, each champion on Hela's team that is knocked out grants a bunch of spirits, and then the indestructible. Okay. So it just speeds up her ramp up just a little bit. But in terms of her like heavy charging for Furies, that's part of the base kit. Excellent. No, I will not be fighting a Nick Fury. No, thank you. I'm good. Let's go see what's going on over here. Boink. Got that, got that, got that. Well on our way. Dang, dude just goes down so fast. Clink. So it does feel really weird coming back into Arena. Weird in a good way, I should say. But it feels a lot different coming back into Arena after the first few days with the baby account. Just taking a quick little break away from the baby account, specifically just to do the Arena grind right here, but man, that's such a delightful breath of fresh air. Been playing a second account. Get to enjoy the game fresh from a new pair of eyes. But it took me a while to be able to put my finger on it, specifically why I enjoy playing the new account. And the reason for that is that you wind up having so many extra rank up materials available from the start. So you're able to rank up a bunch of champions from the get-go without like either having a bottleneck of resources or, you know, having an overabundance of champions to choose from. And the constraint there, I think, is a big plus. So in my account's case right there, I mean, yeah, I've got a Venom, a 3-star Venom, and now a 3-star Dragon Man. But that's great because those are my champs. Those are my 2 champs right there. So then, yes, naturally they are getting the lion's share of my rank up materials right now, which is cool to forge the way forward. But like at my main account here, I only just recently took Venom up maybe a couple months ago. Dragon Man maybe a couple weeks after that. But even still, it's just more for, you know, the fun and the novelty of it, as opposed to needing an immediate use for them. Whereas on the baby account, like, those are my go-to content clearers. That's basically what it is. Just the freedom to rank up people. And have a really good time doing it too. So who do you guys out there think is going to wind up being the champion for this week's arena? Usually what they wind up doing is that, or at least the last couple months, is that they keep on throwing off-week rerun champions out there. Or rework champions, I should say. So, I mean, it was Civil Warrior last time around. I'm going to guess it's either going to be Angela or Hood. Angela I think, would make the most sense. But we'll see. We'll definitely see. Because Angela would be out this week, and then Odin presumably the week after. Then Angela just fits in really nicely there with the Synergy family. B-More popping in and saying, "Hey everyone, what's good, B-More? How you doing, bud? Happy, I was gonna say Tuesday. It's not Tuesday. Happy Monday. I have no idea what day it is. This whole daylight savings time thing's got me all kinds of mixed up. Like Darkhawk, got him as a 6-star, then duped my 5-star recently. Well, now you got yourself a bit of a dilemma. Which one are you going to rank up? Darkhawk does have a really fantastic SIG ability. But a 6-star is a 6-star. Yeah, AC, absolutely. What time local time for you are you going to be starting in? Yeah, but yeah, absolutely. To answer your question, it'd be really cool to pop in and just hang out a spell. Need to look into him because he seems decent. He is. He is. Do check out his Awakened ability though, because he's a lot like Beardo in that regard, where the higher SIG he gets, the more interesting or the more reliable he gets, in terms of like the the major damage he gets from null mode or being able to auto block if he's knocked down. Supersonic popping in saying, Rob, what's good, bro? Dude, a little of this, little of that. It's been going really well. This week is going to be a very, very busy week. Between the arena grind right here, putting up the 50 million points for Eggnog, and then some of the rest of the week's adventures. It's going to be really good. And, you know, real life is going pretty well as well. I can't complain. How are you doing? Reaper popping in saying, by the way, what up, Shoe? Maintaining that King Groot is underrated. He is. He is. I think that because people don't see the big yellow numbers off of King Groot, they kind of either dismiss him or write him off or just move along. But King Groot can be an absolute unit. 5 p.m. GMT. All right, bud. I'll hit you up on Discord, shoot you a DM, and get something set up from there. Max popping in saying, "Sup, Rob? Glad I'm sitting back on this grind." Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Get yourself a little R&R and. Are you thinking of going for Odin in a couple weeks too, or see about getting lucky out of crystals maybe? Either way, how's it going, bud? Domino, Havoc, or Unduped 6-star Angela for rank 5, and rank 2 respectively. Who do you reckon? That is... I would probably angle for Domino if you like had to rank somebody up right now. If Angela was awakened, then Angela, hands down, no question. No question. But, yeah, it's tough. Domino, I think, at rank 5 would wind up being a fun champ to play as opposed to, like, a go-to must-have option. But probably Domino. Especially if you've got a Red Hulk and a Masakra already for the Trinity. AC here is not a big fan of King Groot, though. I don't blame you. Like, he's a defender. If you got one that's ranked up, he's going to find his way on Alliance War defense. Most likely. Can stack the permanent armor breaks. Not sure how many is the limit, but it doesn't state a limit, so potentially infinite stack armor breaks. Yes. Yes. Which is great against most anybody except for skilled champs who can shrug them off. And, you know, all the merrier too if your opponent is susceptible to poison. But, I mean, the heals are reliable and sizable too. That's where he gets the sustainability in. I think my biggest gripe with King Groot is that if you use him offensively, you can't KO an opponent with the within the 3-minute timer that it gives you. Especially if deaths matter, you know. If it's like something like AQ where it's like, okay, you're out of time, but then you can just back in and restart, heal up a little bit, and counter it that way. I'm 100% going for Odin unless something comes up. No crystals. I wish you the best of luck on that grind. Looking forward to seeing you up there on the leaderboard. I'm definitely going for him too. I want me that 5-star. I want to make some of my Norsemen worthy. I'm really excited about that. I hope he plays well, is what I'm really hoping for. Because it's like one thing for him to be able to have a synergy with other champs. It's a whole nother thing that he's actually fun to play in hand as well. I guess we'll have to see, huh? Got a Red Hulk already. Not a big Massacre fan, though. What does Massacre do for Domino? So I forget which is which. I think Red Hulk gives her the Incinerate on heavy attack, and Massacre prolongs the duration of the Incinerate, but I may be switching the two. I'm not sure. But it's one or the other. King Groot has some powerful synergies also, not on his own character, but for other characters. Yes. Well, he suffers from, was it 2016, 2017 itis? Before they really started like getting creative with synergy options. So he's got people that have like backwards synergies with him, but like when he came out at the time, it wasn't necessarily super groundbreaking with what they gave him. Maybe if they wind up giving Groot a buff, they'll give King Groot a little bit of a buff as well, at least for synergies, you know? The rest of his base kit, I think, is pretty okay as is. Again, mostly as a defender, defensive option, but yeah, just give the dude a couple more self synergies or something. Because they have him labeled as a villain of the contest, I believe. Give him a little bit something extra to back that up. Or better still, create a synergy that actually like impacts villains of the contest. Still waiting on a synergy or an ability that impacts the hashtag flying champs. Maybe that's what Root will be. Like play off of that somehow. Or maybe if we're lucky, they'll just completely forget that Root was ever a thing in consideration and just leave it be. Like, I appreciate that they had us play test it for that one event, that one time. But kind of been mum's the word since then, you know? So here's the thing, and here's also my understanding of the situation, Supersonic, is that they have the possibility or the potential to get those extra prizes, that they do not currently have those prizes, right? What he's talking about is that when Kabam issued all that Uru for the side event initially, give like the uncollected players the leg up to jump into the marginally more challenging content from the get-go, they wound up giving some people double the amount. So those people potentially could run Room 10 several times for some extra spicy prizes. But like I said, my understanding of that is that they haven't yet been able to do that, and they don't currently have those prizes. So I think the solution for that somehow is to either limit the number of times that you can run that final zone, so such that you know, hey, they might have the Uru or whatever to unlock it, but you know, you can only get in the expected amount of times. Like that, I think would probably be the easiest way to solve it. Because otherwise, I mean, giving people that many extra, like, end-game big prizes, the Tier 5 Basic, the Tier 5 CC, that's gonna be a problem. Defaust stopping by saying, so, is this take two because you missed him on the first try, or
Just another way to say that it's part 2 of his arena. It's because I started off going for him last time around, and then just got busy with real life. So I was like, you know what, I'm good. I'm gonna sit this one out. So that's what Take 2 is. So now it's his second arena. I've got a relatively free schedule here the next few days, or at least time enough to be able to grind out a champ. That's what we're doing, Take 2. Still got my fingers crossed though. I am also banking on his cutoff not going up. Like I think that his 48 mil cutoff for round 1 is about on par of really what I would have expected it to be. So we'll just, hope to see that it winds up staying that way too. Still wondering when they'll buff Black Panther and Miles. I don't know. Because I don't know if that was like one of those things where it's like, yes, these are going to be the champs for next month because we've been working on them and they're almost done. Or if it's like one of those things from the roadmap where it's like, yeah, we're working on that, Strikers system where it's like the Marvel v Capcom where you can tag in some of your other teammates for some big wombo combos. Like that sort of thing where it's like, yeah, we talked about it, but we haven't done anything with it just yet. I'm hoping it's the first. Because I'd really like to see a Miles buff. Cap next, saying, what up? What's good, bud? Thanks for stopping in. Good to see you. Happy Monday. How's it going? And Confused Table Cat says, as Wade Wilson kneels over to Francis, he talks with bloodlust and anger and with patience. As Wade talks about what he's going to do to Francis, he hears metal footsteps coming behind him and stop. Uh-oh. Sounds like this guy Francis is in trouble. Or is that an excerpt from the Deadpool 1 film adaptation? Much as I like the extra stuff, I think your solution is fair, just to have a limit on the last gauntlet to what was intended. Yeah, I think so. I think so. I think that would be fair, and then also at the same time too would reduce the amount of like manpower on Kabam's end to either like remove extra prizes or balance it out and like find out who got double and then compensate everybody else who didn't. I think that would probably just be the most straightforward. Table Cat with the dad joke from Deadpool 1. Going good, just planning out videos for the next while. That's awesome. That's definitely been not a pain point, but just an area of improvement for me for the account. It's like I know what I want to do, and I know roughly when I want to do it. It's just getting like enough things shot and edited and queued up where I could have a little bit more breathing time in between video releases. Because I still want to do at least still want to do at most one video a day for the foreseeable while, but would also be nice at the same time too to get a couple done shot and in hand ready to go. So cheers, kudos to you, bud. BP is next month or the month after. Miles is in the future when they have new game features to make him the way they envision him. That's right. That's what was that Mike that said that? Makes me wonder what those new game features are that they're talking about. Because I do remember somewhere else they said that it is going to be the comic version of Miles instead of Spider-Verse version. Which is a bit of a bummer. Because I would say that I think most people would be more excited for a movie version of Miles than a comic version. Not knocking the comic version, but I think there may be a bit more recognizability and hype for the movie version. But we'll see. Maybe they'll surprise us. I'd be down for all those things. Cheers, all. So now you start wondering who the next round of other buffs are going to be, right? Because unless those two champions are complete top-to-bottom reworks, which they might be, then that also means that there's going to be a couple extra champs to go along with them. I don't think Hood would be a part of that number, just because I think it'd be too soon to expect a reworked Hood back into the mix, much as I would like to see that. Like, I don't think we're going to see a reworked Hood again till summer, potentially. Also because my assumption would be that they would really want to test out reworked Hood before releasing him back into the wild for fear of yet another or even bigger blowback. Also have off and on weeks so that I can make vids, so I have the things loaded up and scheduled in order to stay consistent. That's good. That's good. Because that at the end of the day is the most important thing regardless, is just the consistency. Give people a sense of like knowing when to look for potential new videos, or you know, at least that there's more coming too. Oh man, thing rolling up doom in his rock sausage right there. I probably shouldn't say that in regards to Thing. I think that leaves a little bit too much room for interpretation. And we wouldn't want that. Come on, Hulkbuster. There we go. It's at the point where it's very consistent for a while. They moved up, and now I'm trying to get back to being consistent. Good luck. Real good, bud. Uh-oh. There we go. I want to try something. Uh-oh. I gotta hang out until I get the... There we go. Oh, that's almost too much power. Alright, this is gonna be interesting. Nope. Oop. Stop it. Stop with your stupid friggin' intercepting. Dang it, Nick. Too soon. No, it did trigger. Nope. Power burn, not the heal block, because it wasn't special 2. But you can cheese his heals if you get the special 2 off at the exact second that it takes over from decoy to real Nick Fury. And it's glorious. Same with Magneto. A couple other champs can do that as well. Just saves you a whole bunch of grief, and then just puts Nick at like, you know, anywhere between like 1 and 10% health remaining. I mean, the other workaround for that, if it's in like a monthly EQ or something, if you pause and quit like the second it ticks over to the real phase, then it should not continue the heals. But, I mean, you cost yourself a KO. It's pretty okay, but I wish Iceman would get a tweak. Dude literally managed to freeze hell over in the comics. But it's kind of faded away. Yeah. Like, his ability to tank specials, I think, is really nice right now, and just having a ease of access to Cold Snap is really cool too. But I think overall his damage numbers kind of have fallen off a little bit, which is a shame. Or if he just has like a horseman synergy with APOC like some of the other mutants do, like a self synergy, part of his kit as opposed to a part of like APOC's kit, like Strife does, that I think would remedy a lot of that. Because like the other two mutants that were released all at the same time, Gambit and Psylocke, both got a really solid improvement here recently. Gambit especially. Psylocke I want to like, but I still don't like how difficult it is to maintain 0 power on an enemy. Like, for all the different dancing and bells and whistles and like self-hindrance things that Psylocke gets, it should be a little bit easier to maintain that power control. But maybe I just suck with Psylocke. It'd be epic if we had a Marvel Zombies type event and then get some Marvel Zombie characters added. I'd like that. Like, swap out the, was it Doombots for some zombies or something? Like, the zombies would be the punching bags for the next, I don't know, 3-4 months, something like that. Just swap them in. Get a couple of zombie characters too. Like, which ones though? Which ones would be like the go-to Marvel zombie characters? Assuming they only can do like 2, the same as like the Realm champions between Supreme and Storm X. Like, those are the 2 token characters from the game. Or ambassador characters, or whatever you want to call it. Speaking of which, now that I think about it, on that most recent character map, it did look like we were going to be getting at least one more Realm-infused character sometime this year. Now, whether it's a new character or not, I'm not sure, but they did have a spot for somebody. Especially, dude. Please. Thank you. Then, of course, Odin is up there at the top. I don't know. I'm excited. Hercules coming out in the summer. We know that one for sure. Hopefully he's good. I mean, he has to be, right? He kind of has to be. Seeing as how he's like the fan choice winner, you would think he has to be. Maybe I'm just wishing for too much. Speaking of champions who you get excited for, it's a fun, or I'm forcing the segue, I should say. Over here to the question of the evening over here on my left. Are you excited for Odin, and are you excited for the worthy champions that you can make? It's playing off of the video from a little bit earlier today where I was talking about the 10 champions I'm most excited to try out as worthy Norsemen. I'm not going to spoil the entire list, but there's a couple of obvious choices, a couple of not as obvious choices on there. But I am very excited to try them all out regardless. But who would you want to give those pre-fights to? Whoops. Can I ever see Kabam bringing back rank down tickets? You mean like a generic one-size-fits-all rank down ticket? God, I want to say yes. I've just been so disappointed the last couple years come New Year's that they haven't. Because that to me is such an obvious like New Year's gift to the community where it's like, hey, you know, you get these once a year. Here's your 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, and 5 and 6-star rank down ticket. You get one. You can rank one person down one rank. And then that's it. Like, I think that would be enough. That would be enough. But they refuse to do even that. Hood did get rank down tickets from what I saw. But that doesn't really count. Tom popping in saying, hello, Rob. And chat, how goes the grind for eggnog? So far, so good. So far, so good. Hoping to get to about 12 million points by the end of the stream here. Cutoff was 48 mil first time, so that's going to be my goal for the grind. And then fingers crossed, you know, see if we'll get them or not. That all having been said, even though I've seen some gameplay with Mangog, I do think at the end of the day it's going to be more of a novelty grind for me, just to have him for future synergy's sake, as opposed to like, dude, I want to take this dude to rank 5. But we'll see. How about Zombie Spider-Man, Zombie Cap, and Zombie Iron Man? I'd be okay with that. I'd definitely be down for that. Cap and Iron Man both, just because those guys haven't gotten new champs in a few years. Last one being Beardo and Infinity Man. Come on. Alright, special me, Nick. Thank you. Got that. And bye-bye, dude. I'd probably be excited for Odin and all that, but I'm probably not going to get him, like, for a year or so, meh. Yeah, I really appreciate that video that BG put out. Was it a couple weeks ago at this point? Talking about exactly that. How hard it is to get new champions and target new champions like that specifically. I know Seaton's been commenting on that as well, but from the whale's perspective, where he's been advocating for Cavalier or Thronebreaker crystals, I mean. So you get rid of the 3 stars entirely, where it's just 4, 5, and 6s. Like the 6-star drop rate is like a 10%, a 5-star drop rate is like a 30%, and like 4-star drop rate is what, 60%, something like that, right? Because nobody wants 3 stars. Nobody needs 3 stars. Nobody likes 3 stars. 3 stars have no purpose in the game. You know, once you get, I don't know, done with like Act 4, basically. So the fact that they keep like introducing crystals that have the 3 stars and 6 stars have such an insanely low drop rate to begin with, that's kind of where he's coming from. And I agree. I completely agree. Of course, Kabam's always interested in with, you know, game balance and the economy. But I think if you're going to spend 300 units on something, you need a little bit something better than a 1.5% chance at a 6 star. Or a 0.1% chance at a featured 6 star. Especially seeing as how you, like, if you get that 6 star, you gotta get him twice to get him awakened too. Well, Reaper, I think they already have something like that in canon in the game here. Because wasn't it for the original story for the Guillotine event with Carnage? Or I think it was Carnage. Guillotine for sure, because she was like hosting and narrating the quest. But there's like a realm for various souls like that. They could just come crawling out of there. A lot of people made regrettable rank up decisions for Thronebreaker, so rank 10 tickets would be super cool. Yeah, and especially since there's no way to test out a character before you rank them up. Anywhere, you know. So you're entirely dependent on YouTube videos of other people who have ranked them up, or, you know, just hoping for the best. And for a very permanent thing like a ranking up, I mean, if you mess up, then all those resources are gone and you're stuck. I mean, I'm certainly of that opinion, at least. Maybe we could have a hero or villain that could have a zombie maker. Zombie maker. Do you guys ever have like or see those the creepy crawler like candy makers? I don't know why that made me think of that just real quick. Basically, it was like the boys' equivalent of Easy Bake Oven. They had that in like the early 90s. They might still have it today. I don't know. I don't keep up on it. But they had like the Easy Bake Oven that they marketed at girls, and they had the Creepy Crawlers, which was literally the exact same thing, just with bugs instead of cookies for boys. Completely off topic, but that's the first place my mind went. When Blade had initially came out, I saved 100,000 5-star shards for him, and even with that and the old feature crystal system, still never got him. But it was still super effective and non-broken. I miss those featured 5 stars. You had a 20% chance, I'm pretty sure it was a 20% chance to pull a featured, like a single featured 5-star out of those crystals. And 100,000 5-star crystals is a lot, because that effectively is the equivalent of 100,000 6-star crystals today, in terms of just like how long it takes to save up that many. But yeah, you're still always playing that 15-20% drop rate. But again, it was for one champ. It's not like a pool of 6 featured characters. It's like, no, these are the Blade features. You're going for Blade. It was the same way though with me for Sparky. I saved up for the first initial offering of the Sparky featured 5 stars and missed. Saved up for the second round of featured 5-star Sparky crystals and missed. And then they came back with a third round a good while later. And finally managed to get mine out of that, but good lord. What a slog. I miss that so much. That'd be so great if they would reintroduce that today. They removed it because they were like, it's encouraging people to hoard shards, and that's not what we want for the game, which is complete crock because people hoard literally everything else. Like every other kind of crystal. AQ crystals, daily crystals, solo crystals, max sigs, everything. So what was so special about hoarding 5 stars? I don't know. But yep, then they did away with it and introduced the current system where it's like, yeah, you still have a 20% chance for a 1 in 6 chance for a featured 5-star, featured 6-star. Oh, but you get more shards, so it balances out. Well, yes, but no. No, that's not how it works. Just because you have a couple more opportunities to play the roulette doesn't mean that we don't notice that the odds on the roulette have gotten significantly worse to begin with. But that's just me. I'd rather have fewer shots at better odds than more shots at worse odds, you know. That's true both of in-game and like actually playing slots. Maybe because he's my favorite comic book character of all time, but I'm actually targeting I-Hulk. Good, you should. People are sitting on him. I really appreciate a couple of those rank up videos I've seen floating around. I know Seaton's got his at rank 2, and a couple other people have theirs ranked up as well. He's not for everybody, and he's extremely niche, but the niche things that he does do are very good. So I've got a 5-star, and I've been considering whether I want to rank him up, because I'm not getting him as a 6-star anytime soon. And I might. Diane popping in saying, whoop, saying hello, Rob. Diane didn't say whoop, that was me. Saying hello, Rob. What's good, Diane? How's it going? Happy Monday. Welcome to Mangog Part 2. The sequel. Got a whole line of different other branded products. Mangog the bumper sticker. Mangog the cereal. Mangog the musical. I don't even know what kind of musical it would be. Like it would be a drama or a comedy. I'd say it'd probably have to be a comedy, right? Because like the title character is called Mangog. And even though that is a real word, as I found out a couple streams ago, that is actually a real word, not just a silly nonsense word. It still sounds like a silly nonsense word. Got the I-Hulk out of those epic crystals. Very cool. Yeah, I'm jealous. I'm jealous. I wouldn't have minded if I had gotten one out of the featured crystals, but nope. I can't complain though. It was a really good run. It was a really good run on those features. Fried Nuggets popping in saying, sup? What's good, bud? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? I don't get how having a 20% drop rate is broken, but Cosmic Road Strider doing 50,000 mediums in Labyrinth isn't broken. I know it's not the same thing, but you get where I'm coming from. Yeah, I totally get where you're coming from. I think a bit of that winds up boiling down to there just being a big disconnect from people playing the game and people designing the game in terms of how quickly players should be able to progress. Because I get that this game is a long-form game, right? They want you playing for years, not like playing for weeks. And in order to do that, you got to stretch out, you know, the cool stuff to keep people motivated and feel rewarded for putting in the time, and then just for the loyalty in playing the game in the first place. But good lord, there certainly does come to a point where it's like, come on. There should be like a pity system. And I think people have talked about that in the past too, about introducing a pity system for crystals, like other games do, like other Kabam games do, you know. Like if you spend so many units on crystals and you don't get like a version of the featured character, you get the like a 3 or 4 star version. You spend enough units, why not, right? Or you buy a bundle of like 10 crystals and sure, we'll throw in an 11th one for free, make it or like a baker's dozen sort of thing. Well, and there's crash number 1 of the evening, approximately hour 6 minutes into it. Love it. Mangog reminds me of the actor from the movie Forgetting Sarah Marshall. That's fun. That's fun. That's a classic at this point. Part of me feels like that movie just came out, but on the other hand, too, that was what, late 2000s, early 2010s? Just had the worst moment in the game. Remember I told you I got a 5-star OG Gilly for like the 5th time? Yes. Well, I opened the 5-star crystal, got from Odin's Gauntlet. Tier 7, got another OG Gilly. Good lord. Game's sending you a message there, Diane. That is very unfortunate. It's like the game's trying to tell you to rank her up or something. Super jealous because an alliance mate got a Space Ghost and Doom. Dang. That person's on fire. I mean, that's how it goes. Sometimes, like, your crystal openings are complete fire, and other times they're a complete turd. You know? But hey, it'll be your turn one of these times. Parasite popping in and saying, "Good day, Rob." Great day, my friend. It is. Good to see you. Happy Monday. Welcome to the Mangog Part 2 arena. Hope your today is awesome, bud. I think that's what it was. There's a direct correlation between my game crashing and you entering chat. It's your mutant power. Well, guys, this being top of the hour right here, shameless plug of the evening. Number 1, if you have not already, kindly do consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. It's a growing channel, and each and every one of those helps the channel grow. Obviously, no pressure one way or another, but if you do, very much appreciate it. Got another video coming out tomorrow morning, so do please be on the lookout for that if you are interested in some cool new gameplay stuff, and that's all I can say about that. Or check out the video from a little bit earlier today where I go over the top 10 champions I'm most excited to make worthy Norsemen as soon as Odin is released in game. Lewis popping in and saying, "Good evening, sir." What up, Lewis? Good evening back at you, bud. How's it going? How'd Monday go? bit of the punchy, blasty with She-Hulk here. There we go. You know how long it's taken me to, like, get a handle, get a feel for what Disorient does? Not only that, like, how that's true of so many of the new debuffs that keep popping up in the game, where it's just like, okay, I have a rough understanding of what's going on, but not so much as the why it's working out that way. And I get that there's like a bit of a trial and error and self-discovery and all of that, right? But at the same time, too, it's like, how many more new buffs and nodes that they reasonably expect a person to be able to remember? Yeah, Nexus tomorrow. Nice, bud. Good luck. Do you think having the current featured 5-star and 6-star crystals have an option to be a Nexus for 25,000 shards is broken? Yeah. Do I think it's broken? No. Do I think that the devs will think it's broken? Yes. I think it's a worthwhile trade. Like, you're paying like over double the cost for a single crystal to have choice between 3 champs. I would pay it, especially if there's somebody I really wanted, or better still, like many options of champs I'd want to pick. The more like choice you give to the player and take away the RNG, I think the better the game is for it, especially being 200 champions deep. Last 15 Cosmic Tech dual crystals opened up, involved 7 Silver Surfers. Wow. Me looking at my Sig 200 Surfer, you're not the Herald I'm looking for. I mean, the Max Sigs are, I guess, a nice consolation prize, but that is ridiculously lucky or unlucky, I suppose, depending on how you look at it. Statistically unlikely. That much is for sure. I mean, statistically unlikely, yes. Kabam unlikely, no. It's Kabam logic. If you need 5 different various classes for your tier 4 CC crystal, you will pull the one you don't need. That's just like Kabam logic 101. Just saw your video on a Norseman, and I am very interested to know which would be your prediction for the 5-star Odin arena. I think, honestly, at the end of the day, probably like high 60s. Probably. I don't know. We'll have to wind up seeing, like, once some actual gameplay gets released, what that does for the overall community hype. As an aside, I have a huge respect for Brian Grant, right? Huge respect. But I do think that the preview that he put out on Odin was a bit overselling the character. I'm happy that he's excited. But I think the things that he's looking for in the champion aren't exactly either what the community as a whole is looking for, or doesn't directly translate to what Odin actually does. But because, you know, he is who he is and has the platform that he does, my concern is that that hype is going to translate into a much higher cutoff. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping it's high 60s. I would love it if it was lower, but realistically, I think that's kind of where it's at. Synergy Odin has with Hela seems powerful, while charging heavy generate twice as many fury buffs. Yeah, and it's really nice too because it really speeds things along as well. Then plus if you make Hela worthy, those fury buffs that she does generate are going to be doing a little bit extra something something with the aptitude. Man, I only just then realized that I was like, oh, this is a Space Ghost. I can throw that special too and just be done with it. Because even now I still don't have Colossus, Omega, Aegon, Nick, Space Ghost, Ghost, Warlock, Claire, Beardo. I don't know, there are people with similar bad luck, so giving me a choice to pick at the least. Be a big step up. Yep. Or, like, periodically reintroduce the Nexus offer that they had a while back. They were selling, what, that Nexus 6-star, I think it was, wasn't it? For however many units. Make that a more regular thing, because not only would that encourage people to get excited and save their battle chips, save their units, but, again, more choice, man. More choice, the merrier. But they're going to need to also introduce something else too, because even though the dual class, like you're saying, are nice, there still are too many champions available in dual class to have a reasonable expectation that you pull somebody that you're looking for. Granted, a big step up from the basic pool, but I don't know, I kind of feel like the basic pool, the cost for the basic pool should drop a little bit. Because I don't think having a dual class and the base pool be worth the exact same amount of shards. I don't think that's quite right. So if you want to have like a 10k dual class and like a 8k basic, or a 9k even, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I'd go for that. You pay a little bit more for having the greater choice. All right, so let's do. Oh wait, that's okay. So we got some of the spicy guys starting to come off a cooldown now. Very cool. So let's do that. Let's do that. When's the Wish Crystals coming out? Dude, I haven't even heard anything about those. I think that's in the same league as the Striker tag team system. Like, hey, wouldn't it be nice if... But see, the thing is, though, for the Wish Crystal, I'm still really leery about it. Because even though you get to pick the champions that you got in there, it still is going to be regular crystal drop rates. So effectively, it's going to be like a pick your poison version of the Women's Day crystals from a week or so back, where it's like, yeah, you got the option to get like, I don't know, 5-star Scarlet Witch or 6-star She-Hulk or 6-star Archangel, but you're still gonna be pulling 3- and 4-star versions of those guys all over the place. Yes, it is. It still is nice, and then still is a better chance than what we got currently, but come on, man. Lay off. Jesus. Stupid crossbones taking freaking forever to charge his overrun. You're interested to see how the 5-star Nexus this month would go? Yeah, 5-star Nexus or... Yeah. Also really curious to know or start getting a sense for what the next round of the featured crystals are going to be. Still hoping for some of those spicy exclusive characters in there. Let's see OG Vision, let's see Classic Daredevil or Black Bolt or War Machine or OG Ms. Marvel or Scarlet Witch again. Something. One can hope. Because, like, those are the biggest draws, I think. Feature champs are nice, but getting those classic throwbacks in there as well are a huge plus. Only advantage I see with the dual class is that you get to control over the ISO you get in case you get a dupe. Yeah, that's actually a really good point. That's actually a really good point. Especially for some of the bigger rank ups too, it's going to wind up saving you an awful lot of gold. Sure, why not? Says, hey guys, what's good, bud? Welcome to the Mangog grind. How's it going? Happy Monday. Talking about the various different crystals and what Kabam can do to improve drop rates. Or at least narrowing the focus so you have a better shot of getting somebody that you need. Anybody else hyped for Falcon and Winter Soldier? I am. I am. I'm ready. I'm looking forward to it. I hope it'll be fun. It'll be really interesting seeing the buddy dynamic fleshed out across an entire series instead of like individual snippets in the films. Because I think that very well may be able to carry the series if they can get that reading right. And of course you got a Zemo coming back as well, just because. Kind of wish it was a new character though. Like, even though the Zemo from Civil War isn't like a straight comic book adaptation of the character, I still really like what they did with him. So we'll have to see. That all having been said, though, I have been trying to avoid trailers for Falcon and Winter Soldier. Just, I don't know. Not the biggest fan of how trailers are being done these days. I mean, it is Disney and it is Marvel. Those guys are notorious for, like, throwing false hints, false leads, or editing footage for trailers. But still, I don't want it to be like an Amazing Spider-Man 2 sort of thing where like the shot in the trailer is also the ending, you know? Because that was a bummer. Because I'm talking about that Rhino fight, right? Like, I like Paul Giamatti. I didn't like his Rhino. But they threw that in the trailer all over the place. You know, the shot of Spidey flinging himself at Robo Rhino. It's like, hey, cool, what's going to happen next? And then we get to the movie, and not only is that the ending, but they also don't flesh it out. They're just like, all right, and then they fight. The end. I'm a sucker for leaks and trailers, so I've watched like everything. And there you go. And all the power to you. All the power to you. If that's your thing, then yeah, by all means, go for it. Lordy knows there's plenty out there. Especially with how sneaky people are trying to get, like, on-set photos and footage and whatnot. Come on. There we go. They could do a trailer that's from films they've been in to sell the show. Yeah. Didn't they do that for Endgame? Sort of like just little snippets of all the past films or whatnot. Everything is led up to this sort of thing. It all comes down to this. I'm like, yeah, that's how sequels work. Or at least sequels that have a consistent or well thought out overarching story, as opposed to, you know, Star Wars making it up as you go along. Exhilarate popping in saying, hey Rob, what's up Exhilarate? How's it going? When is the next Incursions run? I don't know. I'm doing really good. In good spirits here for a Monday, day one of featured grind. But as far as Incursions go, I don't know, bud. Not at the very earliest. It'd be Friday, cause I gotta focus on the arena right here, so it won't be for obviously today's stream or Wednesday's stream, but maybe Friday or Sunday potentially. But I need to think on it for a bit. Because at the same time, too, I also really want to go back and keep playing the baby account. But sometime soonish. Double stun. There we go. It's a flying wizards battle, guys. The Nerf Master in Chief. Did you guys watch any of the Halo Infinite stuff that came out this last week? Supposedly there's a big, like, in-depth, behind-the-scenes breakdown of something. I did not see it. I saw that it had happened, but I didn't see it, so I posed the question to you guys. If you guys had, if you give me a too long didn't read rundown. Because I'm loosely interested. Not super interested. I think the series is kind of... the series for me ended with Reach, but at the same time too, for legacy's sake, I'm interested and want it to do well. Do I have a 4-star on the Rob Vaughn 2? I do not. I had a freaking fire pull right as I was wrapping up last stream though. So it's not a 4-star, but I'm really excited about that. I think it's gonna help out the account a lot. All right, Cap. Take care, bud. Thanks for hanging out. Good to see you. We'll catch you next time. I'm hyped for Doom Eternal: The Ancient Gods Part 2 release. When's that coming out? I'm excited for the soundtrack. And I love it too for the first of the Doom remakes. They told the composer, like, all right, this is kind of what we're looking for, but we don't want metal. And then the dude came back. He's like, here, this is exactly what you're going for, but it's freaking, well, exactly what it turned out to be. A real headbanger soundtrack. March 18th? Dang, man, that's right around the corner. That's 3 days from now. Good lord. I've got such a backlog of games to play. Like, I got and downloaded Cyberpunk and got through, like, the initial character customizing. And then I was like, cool, I can't wait to pick this up again. And then haven't. Not because I don't want to, it's just, well, prioritizing other things. I'll get to it eventually. One of these days. So we're coming up here on the first 12 million. So I'm almost done with milestones, which is good for day one. I had thought that some of the other 5 stars were coming off a cooldown, but I haven't seen them yet. So I don't know. But that'd be really nice. We'll have to see too, Tom, how it goes with the vonShoe account, because it would be a push. It would be a huge push. But I do think I'm really close to being able to do Realm. Because I got counters for Wolverine, got a counter for Scarlet Witch, and got a counter for a Juggernaut's Unstoppable. Like, if I could pull a Guardian somewhere in there just for the block proficiency, that would just be the icing on the cake, you know? Two of my favorite tracks from Dune soundtrack are the BFG Division and Meat Hook. Yeah. I think for me, in addition to those, probably the first one, Rip and Tear. It's just such a nice intro. God, man, I wish I could stream music like that on a live stream. But, I mean, because, you know, copyright and all that. Because, like, YouTube is friggin' notorious for tearing down stuff with any sort of game soundtrack in it. Even if you're, like, playing the game, right? So, like, for example, there's a segment in Last of Us, right, towards the end, where there isn't any dialogue, the game effects die down, and you're just listening to the soundtrack for a bit. And it's in-game, so if you're streaming the game, you gotta turn that chunk of music audio down for a while, just because it's gonna get flagged by YouTube. Just rather silly. Man Falcon popping in saying, "Greetings, Rob. What's up, Falcon? How's it going this fine day, bud? Good to see you. Welcome to the eggnog grind." I love Wasp. The fact that she can, like, basically two-shot people with a couple of heavy combos is amazing. Come on. Come on, dude. Block that. Guess Guardian has stronger block with higher flavors of them. Yes. Yep. Close to being able to take my 5-star Guardian to rank 5 on my second. There you go. Very cool. Yeah, he does. But the thing is, even at like a 3-star level, his block proficiency increase is still the best in the game. And it's only bested by the 4-star version of him. So on and so forth. So it's like, even if you've got the 3-star, it's still far and away better than anything else. Let's do that. Throw a platinum pool. And Terax, why not? Goes okay. Just had my physio come give me a workout instruction on the Bowflex. Hate that guy so much. Oh, I bet. On a scale of 1 to 10, how sore are you right now? I mean, which is good. I mean, that's the point, right? Pain is temporary, glory is forever. Etc., etc. What if they still have Chuck Norris advertising Bowflex? Because he was the spokesman for a while, but I mean, Chuck Norris is also like pushing 90. But hey, man, if I could be half as active as that dude is at his age, I'll be pretty well off. Involved in the kicking of 2 players from the Alliance. Uh-oh. Sad day for that. Well, 3 ain't bad. 3 ain't bad. But, I mean, it sucks, too, about the Alliance stuff. Like, the business end of the Alliance. But I get that. I totally get that. It's for the greater good, right? Oh, you did total gym? Ah, okay. My bad. Bowflex was the volleyball player. That must have been like right after the Olympics or something. Because usually, unfortunately, volleyball doesn't carry a large enough profile to have recognizability. Like I said, outside of like Olympics. Which, you know, we'll see how that goes this year. It's an Olympic year, guys. Kinda. Olympic year +1. And as far as I know, Japan's still going ahead with it. So, we'll see. Stop it, Spidey. Stop it. Good lord. But what was it they were saying about Japan? Is that some of the Japanese citizens weren't excited about having non-nationals coming to spectate? Which, I mean, I understand. But the fact that they're still pushing through with the Olympics in the first place, I think is interesting. Get out of here, Strange. Silly goose. There we go. Final milestone. Awesome. Claim all this good stuff. And 3 more, or 8 more SIGs on Mangog. Not that I need it. I mean, the dude's already maxed just because an overabundance of SIG stones. But I'll still take it. What I will do, though, and what I will say, though, take a little segue, just burn off some of this quest energy. The last thing I need is for it to stack up and overflow and wind up getting caught like the last 2 days of the event, and I still have an entire difficulty and a half to go. Again. That wasn't fun last month. Pro tip, don't do that. It sucks. Takes any sort of fun out of the equation, and plus, again, also huge time suck. There we go. There we go. Let's do it again. Of course, this one's a twofer because reasons. Punch that in auto fight for a sec.
Double check if this guy did go for maybe. Because for everyone, you know, hopefully it's all. Double check.
Do that. Do that. Do that. Do that. Do this. Little of this, little of that. Little housekeeping. I don't know, we'll see. I was just thinking about it, because if I wind up 100%ing Cavalier difficulty, then it's the first month they've got that Nexus Tier 5 CC 10%. Which means potentially I could wind up getting not just 1, but 2 fully formed Tier 5 CCs, which would be very nice. Would be very nice. Of course, don't have the Tier 2 Alpha to do much about it, but still, having a fully formed just ready to go, that'd be pretty cool. So we'll have to see. So I'll have to get through that later on. Stop it. There we go. That. Alright guys, so here's the play. Here is the play. I am going to wind up opening up a crystal here. Just for kicks. Nothing crazy. Definitely not a featured. Nah. Still saving those features. It would be nice to wake up Space Ghost naturally, but I think he's the only pull out of there that would be a natural awakening. No, I'm just gonna open up one of these instead. When and where did I get a 5-star from? Oh no, that's from the Odin thing, wasn't it? So I guess there's a 5-star to open. I'll sit on that. Let's open up one of these here today. And while this is spinning out, I'll just say that I want to thank you guys for watching here today. I'm going to be back again on Wednesday for the next round of Arena Grind. I got some videos coming out tomorrow morning, so stay tuned for that. Also, I'm going to guess that this is going to be a 4-star Gwen pool. So if you want to guess, throw that in chat which champ it's going to wind up being. Get brownie points if you're right. Please do consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Helps the channel grow. And let's get a raid going while we're at it. Go say hey to, yeah, I'll take a torch. Go say hey to People's Champ under Rob Von Raid. Take that mag sig too. Very cool. Reaper says, I feel I'm going to have a 6-star rank to Unawakened Space Ghost for a while. Maybe, but, I mean, it still is a Space Ghost. There are worse options out there to have. But that's going to do me for tonight, everybody. Again, thank you for watching. I'm going to go say hey to PC. Hope to see you guys over there, too. And see you guys on Wednesday. Until next time, all, take care. Talk soon. Stay safe. Be well, all. Bye for now.